All right, this video, I'm just going to do number 9 and number 10. And same thing, I want to get the absolute value bars by itself. So if I look at 9, I want to get this 3 plus 4x completely by itself. So the question is, how do I get rid of this negative 3? Well, you do the opposite. Fraction bars mean division. So the opposite of division is multiply. So I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by negative 3. So I'm going to put kind of like big parentheses. I'm going to multiply this by negative 3, and this cancels out with the negative 3 in the bottom. So just like that, I isolated the absolute value bars. And then whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side of the equation. So I'm going to multiply the right side by negative 3, and 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. All right, now, once you have the absolute value bars isolated, you want to set up your two equations, but this is that special case. Once you have the absolute value bars isolated, if it's equal to a negative, you can't get any answers. You can't put it in a value for x that's going to give you a negative, because when you take the absolute value of something, it always gives you a positive. So this is no solution. Okay, and remember, you can only make that determination if it's no solution once you get the absolute value bars by itself. So that was a quick one. All right, let's move over to 10. All right, number 10. Again, what we're focusing on is this negative 2x minus 10. I want to get that by itself because it's in the absolute value bars. So the question is, how do we get rid of this 3? Well, if you look, this is really 3 times the quantity in the absolute value bar. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So I'm going to divide this whole left side by 3. Cancels out with this. So I have the absolute value of negative 2x minus 10 completely by itself. And then I'm going to divide the right side by 3. And then 36 divided by 3 is 12. So now I can ask myself, all right, am I going to get 2 answers or am I going to get no solution? Well, I'm going to get 2 answers because now the absolute value bars by itself, it equals a positive. So I can set up my 2 equations. The first one, I just get rid of the absolute value bars. So I'm going to have negative 2x minus 10 equals 12. The second one, which I'm going to put in a different color, put over here, I'm going to put the negative 2x minus 10, that stays the same. But this 12, I just changed to a negative 12. And then you got 2 two-step simple equations to solve for. So for this first one, let's see, we're going to add 10 to both sides. So just have negative 2x on the left. And then 12 plus 10 gives us 22. Divide by negative 2 on both sides. And 22 divided by negative 2 is negative 11. So that's one of the answers. If I go to the second equation in blue, I'm going to do the same thing. Same 2 steps. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. I'm going to draw the line straight down. This cancels. Add 10 to the right side. So I'm going to have negative 2x equals, and negative 12 plus 10 is negative 2. Then I divide both sides by negative 2. And pay attention, negative divided by negative is a positive, and negative 2 divided by negative 2 is positive 1. So these are the 2 answers there, negative 11 and 1. All right, so these are examples where when you wanted to get the absolute value bars by itself, you either had to multiply or divide.